Hey guys, welcome back to the Spill Podcast. I am your host, Vivian Rose. So, in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the power of self-discipline, and self-discipline is so much more than what it just sounds like. Not taking breaks, working all the time. No, that's not even what self-discipline is. And self-discipline is really just our everyday life. Like, putting your phone down to finish your homework, going to sleep on time, planning out your day so that you can maximize your hours. Self-discipline is so many different things than what people portray it as on like social media and other people like in your life. But I'm super excited for today's episode, so let's get right into my weekly spill. Okay, so my favorite song of the week is I Knew You Were Trouble by Taylor Swift. Super old song, but I am a Swiftie, so I will go back and listen to like her whole like old albums and just love it. Like I love Taylor Swift so much. Her songs like kill. And we've already talked about the situation with the Ticketmaster, my dilemma between the Black Friday stuff or a ticket to see Taylor Swift, so I'm not even gonna get into that. But like seriously, like I love Taylor Swift so much. She's so cool. My fashion icon of the week is Jenna Ortega. Everyone has been obsessing over Jenna Ortega, and I'm like, y'all, I have loved Jenna Ortega since Stuck in the Middle days. Like, seriously, like, if you know Stuck in the Middle, if you know her from that, you're a real one. Because, seriously, like, I used to like watch Stuck in the Middle like the day it came out with my sister, my little sister. We used to watch it all the time and stuff. Like I was so sad when it ended too. I was like, no. And like the last episode, like Joshua Bassett on there, so crazy. But I should probably go back and watch that. That was such a good series for like my life at the time. It was so good. And yeah, so I loved Stuck in the Middle, but I absolutely just love her style since the show Wednesday. Wednesday is about the girl from Addams Family, and it's on Netflix. But I haven't watched it, and I probably won't. But I love her style. Like since like when people they do a movie, then they kind of stick with that style, or like a series, they stick with that style after for all like their premieres and stuff. I love her style for it. Like I love the grunge type of look. I love like the big black chunky shoes, the like just the whole outfit. It's just so cute to me. I love those type of outfits. Like my whole Pinterest is like pink, coquette and stuff, and I'll tell you that I love pink all day and stuff. Like my room has pink stuff everywhere. But the thing is, like all my clothes, like I have maybe like 30 pieces of pink clothes. Like the rest of my closet is like just streetwear, black clothes, like leather stuff, like Olivia Rodrigo, Jenna Ortega kind of aesthetic, and like literally, it's so crazy because I'll be like, I love this, I love that, and it's like so feminine and stuff. But I find myself going out like in cargo pants and in like just like stuff like that. And plus, like the only thing that I'll say is that I love blazers recently. This is totally off topic, but I love blazers recently. I posted some pictures over Pinterest recently. I was wearing my new blazer that I thrifted. Love thrifting, but I posted my new blazer and my bell bottoms that I got from Forever 21 that were on sale, and then like I had my knee-high boots on and stuff. Killed that outfit, like completely like slay girl. I loved it so much. It was so cute. I loved it. My sister took those pictures from my little sister. She's like my photographer at this point. But yeah, I love Jenna Ortega aesthetic. I don't even know how I started talking about blazers. I'm so random. Okay, the quote of the week. So the quote of the week is, get used to things working out for you. That quote is by Abraham Hicks. So I love that quote so much because once you start when you start to think positively, you'll start to attract positive things, experiences, products, and just relationships into your life. But if you think negatively, you're going to attract negative situations, negative things into your life. So it's like when people be like manifesting positive things like that, like, and they'll be like, if you don't chase, you attract. It's really basic psychology. Like it's not even like, I agree completely with like the manifesting thing. Like if you attract and not chase things, that does work, but it's really just basic psychology. Like I'm taking like a lot of psychology classes, and you learn stuff like that. Like once you start focusing on positive things, you'll start to see the positive in your life. Start focusing on negative things, you'll see and only notice the negative things in your life. So it's kind of similar with chasing and attracting. But I love that quote so much because once you start getting used to things working out for you, you'll be a happier person, and you'll be able to handle negative situations better and seeing the positive in it. Next is my featured listener, which is Anna. So she's one of my followers on Pinterest, so I made a post of my podcast, and she was so sweet, and she was like talking about it, and here's what she said. She said, "Hi, I started listening to your podcast a few weeks ago, and ever since I've been feeling a lot better. Thank you." So, Anna, love you so much, girl. Thank you. She's so sweet. But if you're wondering, like, why does it sound so sad? Okay, my post was about, like, if you're, like, in your sad girl era into your becoming your better version of yourself era now by listening to my podcast, because my podcast is a self-improvement / mental health type of podcast. That's what I was talking about on that pin on Pinterest. But she is so sweet, and I'm so happy that she has been listening to my podcast. The journal prompt of the week is, what's something that's been on my mind a lot lately? So this can be anything. I love these type of journal prompts that I give you guys. These are really helping you to find yourself, self-reflection, like stuff like that. And go ahead and journal that, because it's so nice to kind of like get to know yourself better, because once you start to get to know yourself, you can start to form an identity for yourself. So next is my weekly recap, what I've been up to. So I recently got the book Atomic Habits. Love it. I got it from Target. It was on sale for like $11.99. I got it and I've been reading it like day and night. It is so good. I've been loving it recently. So I definitely recommend that book to anyone who is on their wellness journey to become their best version of themselves. It's about habit building and how you have to change your perspective in order to really devote yourself to a habit. And I love that book so much. It's by James Clear. If you want to look it up, you can also get it on like Apple Books, Audible, if you want to listen to it like read to you in your earphones or something. I also became vice president of a club at my school, so that's really, really cool. I'm really excited about that. It's kind of like a wellness type of club, and it's super fun. Love it. Also, I went shopping. So like I'm a huge shopaholic. Love shopping. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, so we went shopping, me, my little sister, my mom, and we absolutely, like, we are shopaholics, like, for real, to, like, a crazy extent. And I say that, like, so crazily, but we went to Bath & Body Works. Yesterday, all the body care items at Bath & Body Works were $4.95, and so, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get those things that are usually $20 for $4.95. So I got a lot of stuff. I'll tell you guys right now. I have the bag right next to me. Okay, so I got the warm vanilla sugar shower gel. I have the warm vanilla sugar spray and the lotion, so this is like completes the set, and I'm so excited for that. I also got the 1,000 Wishes bubble bath. I got all like the bath care products, because these are usually the most expensive products, and I got them for such a cheap price, $4.95. And the last thing that I got was this eucalyptus stress relief body wash / foam bath, so I can use it as body wash or like bubble bath stuff. But I'm super excited for these things. I only spent around $16, so that was great. But oh yes, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys. So I have been submitting some things to a few brands and wanted to work with a few brands, and I'm so excited to announce that I have been working with Notion recently. I am absolutely obsessed with Notion, like for real. Like I have been using it forever. If you guys go back on my YouTube channel, you guys can see all my Notion tours. I use my Notion like in so many videos, and so I'm so fortunate and I'm just so grateful that I've been able to work with Notion, and I am now like part of their team, so it's super cool. And yeah, so I'm super happy about that, like for real. I'm so excited about it. It's so cool. But literally, like, I sent in like a request, not a request, but kind of like a email to them, and then they were like, yeah, you're accepted. I'm like so excited. I'm like, wow, this is something that I've always wanted to work with, like a big type of company brand that I've really been using a lot recently in my life. So I absolutely am so happy that I get to work with Notion. And yeah, so I'll have the link to my Notion like page so you guys go check it out, because I'm literally so excited. I want you guys to check it out. And yeah, so it's like kind of like a affiliated link and stuff. So if you do click on it and you do purchase a paid plan, I do get a tiny commission from it, but it's not like anything crazy. But just know that I'm always giving my personal opinions on things. If something is bad, I'm not going to support it. If something is good, I'm going to tell you guys it's good. Like, it's always my personal opinions. But I for sure love Notion. I will be doing a Notion tour soon on my YouTube channel, so look out for that. But yeah, so I'm super excited for that. And like, there's so many cool plans on Notion. Like, they've been updating a lot recently, and the free plan is really nice. But I actually I myself, I may actually buy the next plan, which starts at $8. It's the paid plan, and like literally, like when you're adding pictures to the headers and stuff, and it says like it exceeds the file limit. It's literally limitless for the paid plan, the $8 plan, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. And so I actually may upgrade myself because I am super excited about that, because I add pictures all the time, and they always be like, it exceeds the file limit. I get so upset. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. But that is it for my weekly recap. Let's get right into the actual episode on the power of self-discipline. So my definition of self-discipline is like literally it's in our everyday life, like for real. You may not notice it, but it is. So examples would be putting your phone down to finish your homework, going to sleep on time, planning out your day, time blocking, taking a mental health day when you need it to prevent burnout. These are all acts of self-discipline, and these things allow us to be productive and to take breaks when we need them. So here are a few ways to practice self-discipline into your everyday life. If you want to go to sleep early and get 8 hours of rest, self-discipline allows you to go to bed when you want to watch one more episode of like a Netflix show, Disney Plus, anything. And so when you actually think about like, I have tons to do in the morning, like you may not have like a lot to do, but most of us are in school, so like you have to get ready at a certain time, you're getting up early to go to school and stuff, and you need to have a set schedule, like a bedtime schedule. And so self-discipline allows you to go to sleep on time, whether you go to sleep at 9, whether you go to sleep at 8, 11, it doesn't matter. Like literally, building a sleep routine can really benefit you, and self-discipline really plays a key role into that. If you want to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., self-discipline lets you wake up and start your day. And also, I really love this. Make a promise to yourself that I'm going to follow through with my routine and wake up at 6 a.m. and go to bed at 10 p.m. Believe that you can and you will. And of course, like the 6 a.m., 10 p.m., that's just an example. I wake up at 7. I go to sleep usually it's from 10 to 11. So it's kind of similar to mine, but for real. Believe that you can and you actually will. And I love that so much because at the end of the day, it's self-discipline that lets you go to sleep and wake up early, for real. And I love that so much because it's really like it plays a big part in my life. Like I think about, I want to finish watching this and stuff, like this blue light's too much for my eyes though before I go to sleep. But then I'm thinking about I can have a super productive morning and I can wake up on time, get my things done, and just have a good day tomorrow if I go to sleep now. And I love to just think that way positively. And of course, like if you having meaningful conversations with like your mom or your sister or something, of course, like for sure stay awake and talk to your mom, or like do things like fun things with different people that you care about. But if you don't have to do that at the day or at the time, I definitely recommend to make a promise to yourself to go to sleep at a certain time and wake up at a certain time. Saving money. So if you're working hard to reach a certain amount of money in your savings account, self-discipline can stop you from spending way too much money. And I actually need to listen to this myself because like I for real, like I have too many clothes. Like I'm not gonna get rid of any of them because I have like a super big attachment to my clothes. I love clothes, but like seriously, like I had a clothing rack break a few weeks ago and it was terrible. Like I had nowhere to put my clothes. They were on my bed and stuff. It was just crazy. But definitely you should save your money and of course buy things that will make you happy, that'll bring you joy, your necessities. But I like to only shop during sales and try to shop like when I need to. Say if you're saving for some AirPods and you see this new camera, you made a promise to yourself that you were going to buy these AirPods and you have to follow through and save your money. That goes back to making promises to yourself. Like, I'm going to practice self-discipline and I'm going to save my money. That really helps you to do that. So say, for example, you're making a promise to somebody else. Like, I promise that I will, just a random example, I promise that I'll go pick up your groceries. Okay, what if, like, you have to do it at 3 o'clock and at 2:55 you're like, I'm not going to pick up your groceries anymore. You have to find someone else to do it. Then that person will be so discouraged and you'll feel so like you can't be counted on. And think about that as yourself. So when you tell yourself you're going to wake up at 6 a.m. and at 5:55 you're thinking, I'm not going to do this. So you have to actually change that thought and be like, I am going to do this. This is just like a promise I'm making to someone else, but it's for myself. So I love thinking that way because it really does, like the way you treat other people, you should treat yourself that way, because usually you treat other people with kindness, respect. You should really treat yourself in those type of ways. So here are some ways that you can improve your self-discipline I found these at crochet.com. I will leave her website in the show notes down below, but she has a lot of cool stuff on wellness, so I always look at her stuff. But here are the ways that you can improve your self-discipline. So one would be to identify where you can improve. Try to do self-reflection journal prompts to figure out where you can improve. So try prompts like, what do I admire in other people's lives that I don't have? Or what is something that I want to change about myself or my everyday life? For more of these, search Pinterest for like self-reflection prompts, but I love these so much because by journaling and really thinking about what do I want for myself, that really helps you to notice where you can improve. Next would be to determine what motivates you, so you can journal and meditate on your motives. So these are your whys, parentheses, like why am I doing this and how this will benefit my life and how will I do this. Minimize distractions and temptations. So if you need to, put your phone down, put it in another room, put on do not disturb while you study. Anything you need to be able to get your things done. So this is how like your motives play and your where can I improve play. So let's make an example. My example is that I want to study 20 minutes a day. So if I only study 5 minutes a day, which is it's still okay, but it's not really that well, that's where I need to improve. I need to determine what motivates me. Why am I doing this? How will this benefit me? The reason why I'm doing this is because I want better grades in school. How will this benefit me? This is because this will help me to learn better and do better on my tests. And that's where the minimizing distractions and temptations come in, so I can focus on my self-discipline goal. And then you can create daily goals and plans, so you can write out what you're doing every day to reach that goal and self-discipline. And I love to plan out my day, time block if you need to, but I love planning out my day using the app Structured. It's super nice. I absolutely love it so much, like for real. You can time block every minute, like down to every minute, every hour of your entire day, and I love it so much. It's so cool. But it's really cool because back to our example about homework and like studying and stuff like that, you can create your daily goals like I'm going to study for 20 minutes a day, and then I'll take a 5-minute break and then go back for about 10 minutes. You really want to make your goals specific so that you can remember them. Of course, write them down, but so they can kind of stick with you and you can stay consistent with them. After you do this, turn these steps into habits. Once these steps are consistent in your daily routine, they will start to become habits. So it takes around 1 month to create a habit, so keep going. Like, don't ever be like, I don't think I can do this, I'll never be good at this or anything like that, because that's where daily affirmations come in. You can type in like mental health affirmations, daily affirmations on Pinterest, and they'll come up with so many affirmations. You can restate these to yourself when you look in the mirror, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're getting ready, like anytime you need a little pep talk. I really recommend repeating daily affirmations to yourself. But when you turn your steps into habits, you have to think about this. So this is very important. I read this out of the book Atomic Habits. So when you want to reach a goal, say for example, this is just a random example. You want to start reading. So if you go to a library, you're just searching, mindlessly searching for a book, just keep looking around and stuff, and someone asks you, oh, are you a reader? And then somebody who is just trying to make these habits just like for no reason, basically they don't know their why and how, they'll just be like, oh, I'm trying to read a lot more lately. But then someone who has motives and who does know their why and how, they'll be like, yeah, I'm a reader. So you may not be like you haven't read 10 books in 10 days, but you are a reader. And those identity-based habits really shift your mindset and turn you into the person that you want to be. So next are some self-discipline quotes that really helped me. So this one is from Napoleon Hill. It is, self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you can't control what you think and what you do... Hold on, I completely screwed that up. I said that so wrong. Okay, let me start over. Okay. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. That's where I messed up. Okay, but now you guys can hear it. I'm going to finish it. Simply, self-discipline enables you to think first and act afterwards. So this is great when it's come to social situations. So when you are talking to someone and you just start like your first reaction is just to say something rude when you really don't, you should think about, how would this benefit this relationship? How will this benefit my friendship? How will this benefit this situation? And once you realize like this rude or sarcastic comment is not going to benefit it, you can change that comment into something nice and sweet, because you don't know, that may can be the light to someone else's day. So I really do love that quote. The next one is from W.K. Hope. Self-discipline is when your conscience tells you to do something and you don't talk back. I love this one so much because goes back to the thing about waking up early. So self-discipline will be waking up. It don't matter what time you wake up. Say, for example, you wake up at 7 a.m. You wake up at 7 a.m. and at 7, you're just laying on your bed, like half asleep, half awake, till about 8 o'clock. That is not what you wanted to do. Remember, you wanted to wake up at 7 a.m. and you wanted to start this new routine. But your body is telling you, I'm staying in bed, I'm tired. But this goes back to this quote. Your conscience tells you to do something and you don't talk back. So you're not saying, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm not going to continue doing this. You're just doing what you promised to yourself. Love that. And this last one, I don't know who it's from. It's just a random quote that I found on Pinterest. Your level of success is determined by your level of discipline and perseverance. I love that one as well. If you guys want to find some more self-discipline quotes, prompts, things like that, just search it up on Pinterest. I found like hundreds and hundreds of them. Here are some examples of self-discipline in your life. So you can wake up on time, eating healthy. Eating healthy is a big one. Like, of course, balance your meals and stuff, but eating healthy, that really helps me because I have stomach aches if I eat a lot of grease or fast food and stuff. So I really do like to eat healthy. Going to bed on time, showing kindness and respect towards others, meeting your deadlines and turning in your work on time, following through with your goals and promises to yourself, and reading one book chapter daily. So if your goal is to read one chapter of like whatever book you're reading daily, make a promise to yourself that I'm going to read this book daily and I'm going to follow through with it. Listening and obeying to your parents' rules even when they aren't around. Of course, like you don't have to be like super strict to their rules and stuff, because like of course you want to listen to them, but you don't have to be like walking on eggshells all the time. But like if your parents say things like for your own good, like don't run in the middle of the street, that's like asking to like just craziness. That's asking for that. So even when your parents aren't around, you're not going to go running in the middle of the street. Or if your parents say don't steal because you can go to jail, and that goes against all morals and values. When your parents are at home and you go out to the store with your friends, you're not going to steal because you still follow your rules when your parents aren't even around. That really shows like that you're responsible and you are practicing self-discipline into your everyday life, and you're molding into a great older teenager / adult. So what I like to do is do at least one thing every day to get closer to my goal. Even if it's just one thing, that one thing can truly make a difference and prove to yourself that you are following through and persevering into your self-discipline journey. So I love that so much, like for real. I love doing at least one thing every single day to prove to myself that I'm getting closer and closer to my goal. Of course, make those identity-based habits and goals that I told you guys about, but I will get more into that on my episode about how to achieve your goals. That is a collab episode with my friend. She's a mental health speaker. She's so cool. I can't wait to do the episode for you guys. But yeah, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast episode. Please be sure to answer the question. If you're a Spotify listener, answer the question that I have down below and engage with the podcast, with the polls and stuff. I really do love when you guys engage with it because it's just so fun, so cool. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Please rate and review over Spotify and Apple Podcasts because it helps other teens like us to find the podcast and to really start becoming their best versions of their self. Follow me on my Pinterest, YouTube channel. All my social media platforms will be linked in the show notes down below, and I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye!